Here's a quick 10 movement warm-up to activate and mobilize prior to your workout. We're going to start off with a half kneeling dynamic hip flexor stretch. From the half kneeling position, we'll rock your hips forward, keeping your spine neutral until you feel a stretch across the front of your hip at the hip flexors. We'll complete this movement 5 times on each side, rocking slowly back and forth. We'll then go into a half kneeling groin rock. Kneeling on one knee and keeping the other leg straight out to your side, we'll again rock forwards and backwards nice and slowly. We'll complete this movement 5 times again on each side. Next, we'll do a side-lying windmill, focusing on rotation of the thoracic spine or mid-back. Start laying on one side with your top knee bent and resting on the ground. With both of your arms straight out in front of you, you'll slowly rotate with the top arm coming overhead and your fingers trailing along the ground. We're then going to complete arm circles, moving through full rotation of the shoulder. When we reach the end of your shoulder's range of motion, we'll then bend at the elbow and reach with your hand towards your mid-back. Next, we'll go into a front-laying alternating leg and arm lift. Next, we'll move on to your back to do some glute bridges. We'll start with your feet hip-width apart and keeping your ankles under your knees. We'll push up with your hips, squeezing your glutes and keeping your core engaged. We'll then do some hip flexor activation with a seated leg lift. Keeping the rest of your body still, we'll lift your heel off the ground and move the leg side to side. We'll then do a high plank into a downward dog. In the downward dog position, keep a soft bend in your knees and push your chest towards the ground. We'll then do alternating standing hip circles, starting with a knee lift and rotating the knee out and lowering the leg down. And lastly, we'll do some slow heel raises, pushing off the toes.